Thought you might be early. Be back in a couple of minutes to check again. Well, most of the time I am early. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoder. Well, no, I'm not doing either one. Let me save that. And I wonder just why. What can you do? Yeah, I know. Right now this morning, feeling a little beat up. Might not be able to do much. However, what I hope to accomplish in this game is to get 250,000 Terra tokens, of which I've got 238,000, and to get all of the Warden keys. And if I can get, I've got 8 of the Warden keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to find 2 more. And at 250,000 Terra tokens and 2 more Warden keys, I can do both the other exits and everything will be great. But I'm probably only going to do one. So that's what today's agenda has in store. And coffee, and going to my daughter's, and being around grandkids, and, you know, SOS, same old stuff. Oh, I've got my hearing aids turned up. I can feel them. I've got one hearing aid that it just, if you don't turn it down, it feeds back with these headphones on. So, all right, I got that straight. One less thing to worry about. Well, I'm sorry. Volume is very low. Well, I don't know why. It's the same settings I usually do. And I will try to speak up then. Why do you feel like you've been hit by a truck? That's most unpleasant. We need our shaman at 100%. And if my hearing aids don't quit raising hell with me, I'm going to take them off. Okay. I don't remember there being any Warden keys around here. Maybe there's one. I know I've looked in this box. I have flown past this box a zillion times. Oh, nope. I am not in the cave I think I'm in. Well, we'll take that too. Wow. Looks so much better when it's not all black over here. Okay. Wednesday is a long day for me. I'm in streams from 4:30 to 10:30. Yeah, I knew you were in Mitt's stream yesterday. Remember, I came and kicked you. Well, I figured I'd wake you up. I knew Wednesday was a long day for you. And you know, it's like they say, you only bother people you like. So, well, that was rude. The hell is all that going on? That sounded like a pulsar quartz crash, and I don't know where it crashed at. My shin thanks you. Funny, I understand that. There's number 9. Now I need to think of where number 10 is at. Why does that area go black like that? If you look in the aluminum area, it goes black like it too. Different biomes change colors. You know, this one over beside the volcanic biome is, I'll take that, and I'll take that, is white sand, but just as soon as you fly into the volcanic biome, no, I can't talk, it changes color. And matter of fact, I'm getting ready to fly into another biome right down through here, and you'll see just as soon as we fly out of this, just the way it's always been done. I get the feeling, if I remember, I read something on the developer's webpage for this game, and the DLC is almost finished. So I was actually pretty happy about that. That's what I'm looking for, unless I've already gotten it. Nope, that's number 10. Woohoo! Excellent. Most excellent. This was one of the last biomes built for this waterfall biome, and I gotta admit, particularly stunning. But now they've got the lush green biome over by the Stargate. And other than that, I'm just sitting here drinking coffee. Just so you know, it looks like I'm going to play golf with friends tomorrow, whether somebody helps me or not. Because I just feel like playing golf with friends. I've actually been practicing, and I'm getting better at it. And that's so not the way light works. I understand their intent, but my art and science brain said no. And that a lot of people have problems with that in this game, that it does not follow science. And just to show you that's not the only one. Okay, come on. Up, 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 up. There we go. There is the aluminum biome, and if you're right here, it's all blue. But once you fly over in it, it all turns off dark. Yeah, it was neat the way they did it, but you're right. Light doesn't work that way. Golf works for me, yeah. I, I find that as I've been practicing, that some of the holes, front nine seems to be easier than the back nine, and I do better on the front nine than I do on the back nine, and that it's only one or two holes that are really fooing me up. And that's the Wardens, and now I've got 238,000. Do a little quick math here. Open the phone. 250 minus 238. I need 12,000 more tokens. Well, and if I was really playing hard, I'd gin up some pulsar quartz and do that, but excuse me, gross foul pig. What else can I sell that is within the realm of possibility? I'm doing practice helps all the way the game is set up. Some of it's just luck at the time. There's a gentleman I've been watching on YouTube. His name is Ghost something. I can't remember his whole name, unfortunately. That he sits and works it out about how to hit hole-in-ones and how to get close to the cup. Uranium rod, iridium rod, super alloy, all that is 6. If I do rocket engines, that's 13, but that is 25. Okay. I'm already doing that. Boy, if I had fusion cells set up, I could. Circuit boards are 25, and I'm not making cookies just to turn around and sell. And yes, that was all my food. I really need to get one of those back. I have to admit, the way it's set up, the whole Golf with Friends thing is, they've done very well with it, but I also know that they just upped the prices within the last year or so of all the DLCs and the add-ons. You get 12 courses from buying the game, but then the courses after those 12 are something like $8 a pop. And yeah, it's okay. Everybody's flown. That needs to go back from whence it came. I've got a whole ever-loving crap load, or I did. No, I don't want to deconstruct the whole living department. I just want to deconstruct that. You know, so for as much as it's a good game, I even talked to my best friend and told him I was playing golf online, and he said that sounds like fun, and he's not a gamer. And so I might, yeah, that seems like a hell of a lot, and it's, you know, seems like it might be a money grab, and let me let that sit and stew and see if I can do. Oh, I don't have any of those. I might not have a bunch of those either, but empty that chest. Whoo-hoo! Come on, where's it at? We're having a fire sale here on Planet Crafters. Demand that. Those. That, and that. Now, that information about the price of their DLCs might be a little dated, but and now seems like I got everybody rolling along. Supply that. You're supplying. Oh, already got it set up. Golf, like tennis, is very repetitive. I suppose they figure a way to keep theirs interesting. Well, now I have to admit, some of the courses, you know, like the ancient course, the ancient Egypt Oasis course, I wondered just how in the world you would get a hole in one on that until I saw somebody do it and went, aha. And the way some of the holes to get a hole in one seem some counterintuitive. You know, and another thing I've noticed watching other people play is that they change the physics around every now and then. And, you know, you have to go back and find different ways to make that hole work again. I'm out there, and I am demanding because I can move them faster than the darn drones can. Now, I will say, as far as games are concerned, they've got a winner on their hands. I mean, this guy said, I got started doing videos because I bought this game in 2016, and we started playing with some friends, and the next thing you know, I'm sitting doing, testing out shots, thousands of shots at a time to see if I can get a hole in one. And he said, and I started making videos about it. And I was like, wow, hey, I got a rocket over there. We're getting our money's worth out of the rockets. One goes, one comes. But I can also see why they would change the, and then I dropped it, why would they would change the physics on the course, because, you know, I'm not hardcore competitive gamer. For me, it's goofing around with friends that's the draw, not wanting to beat the game. I have found that for as much as I'm not good at particularly anything. About the only thing I've ever been real good at is working on computers, working on equipment, things like that. But I'm terribly competitive once I get there, you know. And for as much as I got enough levity that I can laugh at myself for being last, I can't say that I really want to be last, but here we are. You know, and it works out that way most of the time. The last time all of us played golf with friends in the multiplayer, that last round, I was killing it right up until the 9th or 10th hole, and then I duffed one hole. Pardon my coffee slurps. And my coffee cup is a Ray Dunn cup that says happy on it this morning, and that's what I choose to be. I probably, if I was thinking straight, would go and build a bunch of tier 3 drills. And I'm going to check all that. Why? Because I'm just that way. Alright. Light box, fireplace, and light box. Well, what in the frickin' frack is going on here? Ah. Meteor storm. Might even be a... One thing I don't like about this game is that when you set up an auto crafter, it will, you know, pull everything you've got out of anything it can find, and it doesn't give it time to catch up. That bothers me some. I gotta, I want some of her Halloween mugs someday. They're extremely popular around here. We went to a junk shop one day in the next town over that got one that said Military Dad on it for $6. I snatched that thing up like it was nothing. Um, you know, we got one in it was a hospice um, shop for a local hospital, and my wife's used to be a hospice nurse, so we didn't have a problem spending some money there, you know. And we found one that said Slurp. Well, we also found another one that said Gulp, and I always tell her that Slurp is more ladylike than Gulp, so she gets the Slurp cup and I get the Gulp cup. That was the first two. I think we've got Slurp, Gulp, Military Dad, Happy, Chug. And I think that's it. They're enormous cups. Yeah, very collectible. Oh yeah, we see people selling it for $5 a pop, and on Amazon, we bought the first cup for $2, and I looked on Amazon, and those are $34 or $35 a throw. It's like, holy moly! Come on, Rockets, I need you to come back now. Get a move on. This was the first one that I sent out. 48 whole seconds. Guess I'll just stand here. Yeah, yeah, they're enormous cups, and if I'm doing a double, I'll take a coffee pot and put 2 8-ounce pulls in it. It's also why I like her mugs. They hold a lot. And my wife brings up a good point. They hold a lot, but if you don't drink them fast, they get cold easy too. And I get it, but I don't I don't mind cold coffee, and you know, I like having a cup. I did a report about caffeine consumption when I was in college, and caffeine is just as addictive as some of the hardcore drugs, and the daily requirement for caffeine is no more than 300 milligrams. Uh, 300 milligrams of caffeine, the standard coffee cup in the studies that I was referencing was an 8-ounce cup. We went looking through the house for an 8-ounce cup, and the only one we could find, I actually took it in with me and said, this is an 8-ounce cup, and this is the cup that, you know, it was either 12 or 16 ounces that Americans usually drink out of. You know, it was nuts, and we as a country have a caffeine problem. I won't deny that. Um, oh, and I either need something else or I need to just let that one go. I doctor my coffee so much it's as good cold as well. Yeah, that's me. I like a little coffee in my cream, and it drives my wife nuts because we had to go to the store the other day because I told her, I said, we're having a crisis of cream. She said, what do you mean we got enough for tomorrow? I said, we got less than a quart of cream in this whole house. That's just like, you know, no, no, and it's my fault. There have been times she's walked to the kitchen and said, why don't we have any cream? I said, honey, it's my fault. And I know it. So, And it's funny, I watched my parents drink coffee as a kid every morning without fail, and I didn't drink coffee until I was in my 20s in Alaska because I was freezing to death. You know, other than that, I just didn't touch the stuff all that much. I bet you money that I've got a bunch of bee stuff. Oh, yeah. A bunch. Yeah, but other countries have tea, so they can't thumb their noses at our coffee consumption. And you're right. Um, but I like tea too. Uh, my wife thought she was ordering tea pods one time and ordered tea bags accidentally. So I've got tea bags running out my backside. And I made, um, took 4 tea bags, threw them in the coffee pot, and made peppermint tea in bulk yesterday. And yeah, I don't caffeine for anything because um, caffeine will make your nerve pain hurt worse. And I told my daughter that, and she said maybe one day I'll try it, but today wasn't that day. And I understand it took me a long time that until I had time enough to sit down and consider what I was consuming versus how I was hurting. I didn't realize it. And then I went and started looking for evidence to back up what I was feeling and found it. It was like, well, okay. Oh, didn't mean to take those with me. Went to put them right back in there. And now if I want to make aminals, I'm going to have to run and get some iron and make another. And you're right, it is the same caffeine. And that's probably not the best way to do your DNA, but it's something to do with your bees. And if you want to send up a animal rocket, you have the DNA to spare to do so. I'm glad I stumbled onto that. Yummy peppermint tea is good too. I like the Celestial Seasonings fruit herbal teas a lot too. We've got some peach around here, and I've tried it, but it really didn't trip my trigger. Um, yeah, the peppermint is what I really like. I came back in here looking for something. Water. Water everywhere. I've got one too many of those. $10,000 more. Woohoo! Let's see. Can I make trade space rocket? 2 more would be good. So that means I've got to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two rocket engines. that sneaky little jerk stole it before I could get it. That tells me I'm out of something. Peach is nasty. Berry Zinger flavors are much better. Try Variety Pack, gives you a good assortment. I think we've got a Variety Pack floating around the house somewhere. That. 2 of those. Ooh. Whoop. Pressed the wrong button. Bye. Now I need to get some iron and fill in that. Good berry zinger with a sweetener of choice is lovely on a cold day. I don't do the berry thing so well, I hate to say. I just don't berry. And I mean, that's raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. It just don't, you know, I'm weird. What can I say? Well, I'm pressing the control key to build more than one, and I'm getting told no. You pain in the butt. Hold it. That didn't work out terrible. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. Morning, Amp. How are you? Yeah, like I said, I'm weird. I don't know why I'm not a berry fan. Uh, I had an allergic reaction from artificial strawberries when I was a kid. And I mean, I broke out in hives like nobody's business. It had nothing to do with strawberries, but I was a kid. And in my kid brain, berries just weren't it. And I didn't like the seeds in any berry. You know, it's just like, yeah, I got better things to do with my time than mess with a bunch of seeds in my teeth. And Amp, just so you know, and I'm glad you're doing better today than yesterday. We'll take it. Um, just so you know, what I'm trying to do is um, get the other two endings done. I'm going to do at least one of them. And I've got all the stuff to do the warden ending right now, but I've only been on here 42 minutes. And I'm 10,000 Terra tokens away from being able to do the smuggler's ending. So I was kind of working toward that. Volume seems a bit low. Use my headset, sit on a constant level, but could always be my side. No, Shaman complained about it being a little bit low, and quite frankly, I've got it set just like I always have it set. Oh my God, so loud. Stop. Oh, I need those. Gotcha. That's awesome. Um, and as you know, tomorrow I am going to golf with friends, even if I'm by myself. Um, but Joro said that he was willing to try. He didn't know about the time change, and I told him that 8 a.m. my time was 2 p.m. his time. We'll see what he says. So maybe. And like Icy said, it wasn't that I wouldn't do it, but you know, you got to deal with your youngins when it happens. And I get it. And I got to admit, Icy and I have played quite a bit of stuff, and she's a wonderful participant. And no, if no one joins you, I am, period. You stubborn hag? Yes, dear. And don't tell Dreas that I called you dear. Okay, there's one more piece of pulsar quartz down there, and it's just going to be a pain in my butt. And you know, you're every bit as stubborn as I am. You make me want to chew my bottom lip off in frustration. But that's okay. Oh, a hag. I had a girl call me Satan one time. We were having a relationship, and she decided I wasn't the guy, and she said, "Get behind me, Satan." And I said, "Well, I've never been called Satan before. I mean, didn't think I was that bad, but you need to have a bot in your Discord that's an amp hag." Since you got Ampy Poo, now Now, did I let that build back up enough? Well, I did for the moment. Hey, it beats being called a cow. I can do her settings to just bitch about stuff and fuss on people. Well, also because because Halloween's coming up, uh, you know, uh, it would fit if you had an amp hag that was witchy. Uh, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, just so you know. Beats being called a cow. I, in my misspent youth, I might have uh, been maladjusted enough to call somebody a cow, but you know that I got picked on a lot when I was in school, and I could empathize with other people about being picked on. So um, I'll see what I can do. Sounds like a plan. Excellent. And by the way, I know I griped at you for wanting to put stuff up in Discord about me needing a golf partner, but I appreciate it and thank you so very much. You're extremely good to me. You and Andreas have been nothing but super good. Let's turn that back to that. And there's nothing there. And there's nothing there. Heifer. And I could fly outside and get a drink out of the well, but that's there. That's there. Oh. Nothing there. One thing there. And I still left me some food, so I'm not killing myself. That one's not back yet. I can see that I'm going to have to take another representative shot of this from the place that I take pictures from. However, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I usually try to catch the edge of that rock to my right, but okay, now we're cooking with gas. Let's just don't explode. I've already looked there and I have no more. Stomach is still hurting, but I've been to the bathroom like 4 times an hour, but no headache, so I'll take it. Well, that's one thing that fascinates me about any of these survival games is the base building. You know, it's how you get there and the organic way that they lay themselves out because you're dealing with whatever problem you're dealing with at the time. Yeah, Amp, I have a slight headache this morning, and I'm having a hip ache, but other than that, I'm going to see grandkids and everything when I'm done here, when the boss gets up. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I call her the boss, but she's... why she puts up with me, I haven't a clue. She's a... I told her there wasn't a Saint Randy, but there should be. you know. She is very, very good to me. When you get used to Minecraft, the base building is so freaking fun and autonomous. You can make later as well. Yeah, I'm having never done that. I wasn't skeptical because I knew if I was flailing, you guys would take care of me because you have in the past. I have held you back, and you know you guys have been right there going, "No, come on, we'll help you." Uh, yeah, and you know you guys have expanded my gaming horizons about more than anything else I could have done. I don't want to give you my food. I'm going to see if there's anything sitting here. Well, I'll give you that because that's what I was doing with it in the first place. Pardon me. I get the feeling that to get to 250, I am going to have to set up pulsar quartz and start just banging it out. And both of you guys probably know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. When the DLC comes out, I will be solo playing it and probably from moment one and live streaming it because the mechanic is a little bit different. Even though it's pretty much the same game, they changed how they did some of the minerals, and it's going to be good. I need to see, what do I need to do pulsar quartz? Let me see if I can get some of that it'll reach out and touch all of it. There's that. There's that. I really need to take this. Okay, I'm full as a tick. All right, rockets, you need to get to coming back. Yeah, they did that a little bit different. Um, you know, it helps that you have knowledge of it because of this planet, but the next planet you have to build some of the minerals from other minerals, and you actually have what essentially is a rock crusher. Uh, and I've used it just a tiny bit. But come on, Rocket. 44 seconds, good grief. You should be coming through the atmosphere at just any moment. Gosh, it's already almost been an hour that I've been on here. Holy moly. I got two coming down. And there we are. I gotta say, this whole complex with the launch platform and all the trade rockets really turned out well to just throw it together. I love Minecraft, but the Switch version I have is not designed well for my damaged hands. It's hard for me to hold the handset in the first place. The control button used on Minecraft is hard. Yeah, I can relate. I tried to play this with a controller when we did a live stream one day, and buddy, there wasn't no doing it. My left hand just wasn't having it. So I get what you're saying. My son has a Switch, and I played a little on his Switch, but we had it hooked to a TV. He had one of the original ones, and I'd love to have a Switch, but well, I'm up to 241. Let's go see if pulsar quartz has become a thing, because I don't think it has. No. Auto crafters have crap above them, so I'm probably gonna do. Oh, that'll be perfect. And I need, what am I missing? Osmium and zeolite. Well, we're going to have to go get a few molars. And a few osmium. Can't wait for you to get your computer. I know. They made it big so the screen was bigger, but it's so unwieldy. Yeah. I've got that there. Let's put those there. Can't do that. Can do that. I'm going to have to demand that. And I'm going to have to supply that. That should keep me going for a while. Let's see how many I have now that I've not as many as I would like. That doesn't have a price on it. That does. Yours doesn't attach to the TV, and the controllers pop off to be used separately. Yeah. I've never had a Switch other than the little bit of time my son let me play his. If I could find one that was about halfway broke for cheap, and then turn around and fix it or put a battery in it or something, because that's how I get most of my stuff, is somebody's just tired of messing with it. V2 amp. I'm not going to meet the month target, though. I have somewhere to put it and haven't been well enough to move that part of the plan forward as has, I hope. Spelled separately wrong. I don't know how to spell it, but it looks wrong. I understood that it was separately, of which I can't spell a lick. So you're amongst friends. Don't kick yourself too hard. Well, and now I need to move osmium and zeolite over closer to that auto crafter. Quit farting around. That so drives me nuts that I can't put a locker there. Makes me absolutely crazy. Did I not pick up enough? I got it directly backwards. Darn, that would have helped out if it did. Mine is just the handheld version. A larger version of a Nintendo DS. Yeah, that's absolutely true. There's the molars. And I'm going to set that to supply and let all the, and I'm going to set that to supply. Take that off, and it's all going to go up here, and we're chugging again. Bella Boo does all the fancy crap and has a docking station. The kid is frickin' spoiled. I need to speak to her mother. I gotta say, that's one thing that didn't happen when I was growing up, was we were poor as church mice. And I didn't know at the time that it was largely because of my dad drinking. You know, there was always something going on. And it did get better once my dad stopped drinking, but it had its moments. Sep Aret. Pirate named Sep said R before he ate. That was a memory trick my teacher taught us. Well, that's a darn good memory trick. We're an hour and 3 minutes in. What am I doing? Yes, I know what I'm doing. Why am I asking you? You don't know what I'm doing. Turn that off for a bit. And I moved that over there, so that is grinding out that. I will try to remember the trick. Shaman, remind me to remember the trick. Yes, but if she's sitting in a chat and you're on your channel and she says, remember the trick, somebody's going to take that wrong. Mainly me, but, you know, point taken. Let me see if I can put a few of those up, just because. At least 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. Especially with the gutter gang. Yeah, just saying. I mean, you do you, whatever floats your boat, but I'm having a crisis of osmium. Turn that off for a bit. I need 2 osmium rods like burning down the house. Snickle Fritz. Yeah, a post on my account. Someone said, tell me where you were from with only... know what I mean? Amp, I'm glad you came by, because you make me giggle. And Lord knows I need more of that in my life. What is this doing sitting here? Sitting there. I literally say the rhyme every time Mississippi woman comes in chat. Yeah, I could see that. Why didn't I hide osmium someplace? I just needed 2 rods of osmium. Well, foot. Well, we're getting a little. Rocket engines. Let me go fly to an osmium cave and see. I like how the trees are growing inside of the cave. That's good. Egads, I must scamper off to make the darn thumbnail. Duty calls, and I said duty. I'll see you all in a bit if you can make it. Hugs and stuff for now if you can't. I might be there for a few minutes, but I'm going to see grandkids today, so it won't be long. Yeah, that's why we're having issues. Duty head. Yep. It's either Duty or Baby Ruth bar. One of the two. Give them babies love from Ampy. I'll see y'all later. Bye, Hag. You know you love me. Reminds me of the Jethro Tull song, Thick as a Brick. Really don't mind if you sit this one out. My words but a whisper, it's a shout. Can't make you feel, but I can make you think. Well, they ain't. Oh. Sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sea. Feel no. To be thick as a brick. I should probably pick up a guitar and learn how to play that song. Been a long, long time. since I've heard that one. I have found in my misspent adulthood that I like music that it was only a passing fancy for me when I was a teenager. And Jethro Tull, David Bowie, you know, other things that I just really wasn't crazy about. I even had a time that I liked Adam Ant, and he's pretty strange all in and of himself. Five, six. There's still none in there because I'm not demanding it. I need to build another tier 3 drill. And you gotta have an ostium rod to do that. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, the days of my misspent youth. Okay. That's 7. Two more. Two more. I think once I build one of these rockets, I'm going to call it a day. Because my guts aren't doing quite so good. That's full, full, full. Yeah. If I did TikTok, I would at least tune in. I have misgivings about it. And I'll tell you why. You know, growing up during the Cold War, having a dad that was in the military, having gone and went in the military myself, I'm trusting of nothing that goes back to, you know, communism. I don't support anybody that is overtly Russian or preaches their stuff, or Chinese either. You know, are there Chinese labor camps? Yes. Do most of the stuff we buy in the U.S. come from China and you're going to have to deal with it? Yes. You know, but I don't set out to say, hey, this is. Come on, one more piece of osmium, darn it. All these times that I've had osmium storms and didn't need them, and now I want some osmium, darn it. Yes, I'm griping. I have to say that I was very cracked up that AMP was even here, and you're going to drive me nuts that the lights are on and I'm not in the car. Worked out. Maybe, just maybe, I can find osmium while it's dark. For as dark as it is when you're not underwater, sure is light under the water. Come on, one more piece. Oh. And I'm still wearing spacesuit Fabio. Well, there's something you don't see all that often, a rocket going straight up. Okay. Now that I've done that, we're an hour and 16 minutes in. And now I'm going to decide we need 8,000 more Terra tokens, and that's not happening this game, but yeah, I can still leave with the wardens. Let me see. All I've got's food and drink on me. Let me go up here and turn this off. Everything's all full. Boink. Okay. I am going to leave via the warden's route, and we're going to call this a game. Before I do that, let's do this. Do I have any more coffee? I do. I am the same, but I want to support my friend. I'm willing to make cautious exceptions to do so. I don't spend other time in the platform other than... Yeah, and I understand that. No, I perfectly well get it. That was not a criticism. I'm still tempted to try it. Like I said, I downloaded it when they talked about they might make it to where you couldn't download the app from the App Store. I downloaded it on my iPod. I've just never fired it up. So I have it, but I'm going to give you a memory exercise. Could you go in my Discord or in our direct messages and type for me what the name of his stuff is on TikTok? Because, you know, he sounds like he plays the kind of music I would listen to be perfectly honest. Okay, just so you know, I'm getting ready to leave as the warden, warden ending, and I'm going to cut it off here. We've been on an hour and 18 minutes, and we'll go from there. Oh, Darlene, I didn't know you were here. Hi and bye. Yeah. And I saw that I was having more views than I was having chatters, and I thought that might be you, and we're happy to have you. Lurk all you want. Trust me, nobody likes a good lurk better than I do. Shaman, always a pleasure to sit and gabulate with you. Like I said, tomorrow I am going to be doing golf with friends, whether I have a partner or not. And that's, thank you. I'm humbled that you would spend your time watching an old man. But that's all right. You can't tell I'm an old man. It's a game. But I am golfing with friends tomorrow, even if I just play myself or, somebody comes and joins me. See if we can get Jaro in there and get us golfing. Would be fun. All right. I am off, and after this goes back to the menu, I'm going to cut OBS off and we'll be done. Thank you guys for being here. And away we go. Yay! To those who follow us know that our destiny is that of doom. Well, that's cheerful. But some of us believe that giving up is not an option. Off to more servitude in space, yeah? We'll see what Providence has in store for us, a warden.